TV9 is brought to you by Emergency Veterinary Service.
Thanks for staying with us this midday. We're taking your questions right now for veterinarian Alan Berger, and this little guy has quite the story, and he needs a home. Tell us about him.
Igor was hit by a car. He had a broken leg. It was a surgical repair that we did a couple months ago. He's now about 5 months old. He is fully healed, and he needs a home.
And he's frisky and fun, isn't that what you said?
Oh yeah, he's a high-energy fellow. He's subdued right this moment, but
I was going to say, he looks like he's pretty chill. He's enjoying the limelight here on TV9, so.
But he gets the kitten bounces.
Gotcha.
He'll tear around.
Lots of energy. So he needs a home. He's at Bright Eyes and Bushy Tails?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're looking for him, give them a call. We have Kathy on the phone right now with a question. Go ahead, Kathy.
Hi, I have an 8-year-old poodle, and she's in heat, and she's just started messing in the house where she never has before.
So I'm assuming it's urinating in the house.
Yes.
Yeah, to get a urine sample and bring it into your veterinarian would be a good starting point. And then the other aspect, so to have a urinary tract infection is a possibility, and sometimes that's associated with heat cycles. There are lots of other things it could be. The final thing to mention, though, is if you're not planning to breed her in at 8 years old, you're getting older at some point to have her spayed, because older dogs with that haven't been spayed will sometimes wind up with uterine infections, and that's always a risk after a heat cycle too.
Okay, we have Anita on the phone with a question. Go ahead, Anita.
Hi, I have a 10-week-old lab bulldog mix, and we have a problem with fleas right now, and I was just wondering what would be the best way to treat her.
Yeah, this has been a bad year for fleas. I happen to like Frontline, which is a brand name. It's mostly available through vets, although you can find it elsewhere. And that's usually where I start. If you've got a whole lot of fleas in the house, then you'll have to do some sort of spray within the house to kill the flea eggs and the immature fleas that are living in your house. But that's usually where I start. There are a whole bunch of other products. The pyrethrin sprays for pets work pretty well. The other topical spot-ons, there are some pyrethrins and pyrethroids and permethrins. The other spot-ons besides Frontline sometimes work well and sometimes don't, and so I'm always a little cautious recommending them when Frontline seems to work better in my hands, or at least more consistently.
And if you put, if you put Frontline on an animal that already has fleas, it'll kill what they've got?
Yeah, it'll take a day or two, but yeah.
Okay, so there's a good start. And real quick, we're almost out of time, but like less than 30 seconds. Wounds, you've been seeing a lot of bites?
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of both dogs fighting dogs, and then actually last night I was working and we had a raccoon that got into a fight with a dog that had some rather serious consequences. So just watch your pets. If your pet does get bit, if you can shave the hair to get a better look at the wound and decide, hey, this is something that I can just keep clean and it'll heal, or this is something that, no, it needs to be stitched up and it needs antibiotics and all that, just try and make that determination. Okay, some good advice as always. Veterinarian Alan Berger, thanks for joining us. And Igor, available for adoption at Bright Eyes and Bushy Tails in Iowa City. Thanks so much for joining us today. And coming up tomorrow, we're going to talk about the financial steps to take when you lose your job with our financial expert. There's some planning that can go into that, and we'll have that for you tomorrow. Stay with us here on TV9.